Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Sentinel Sports Extra Cavs post-game report. Cavs versus Pistons, Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Semifinals. This post-game report is brought to you by CT Roofing and Power Wash, the official roofer of the Lake County Sentinel. Call them today at 440-278-0506 and get your free estimate to fix your roof or your siding. They can help you with insurance claims also. So, let's get right to it. Cavs win and take a 3-2 advantage in the series. They win 117-113 in overtime over the Detroit Pistons in Detroit to take the 3-2 series lead. I have 4 words tonight for Detroit Pistons fans. First 2, Cleveland basketball. And the other 2, JB Bickerstaff. So, the Cavs now lead 3-2. I want to point out to Twitter bully JoJo Lean 21, who wrongly assumed earlier today my political affiliation. JoJo, if you're watching, you're an idiot. But we're going to celebrate this Cavs victory right now and forget about idiots like JoJo. Let's get moving. Cavs win that game 117-113. You know, during this game, for a lot of this game, the Cavs were, they played like they never played together before. They continued to have, streaks where they looked like they never played together. That's how they look for a lot of this game. That's how they look for a lot of the playoffs. You know, let's be honest. First half, Cavs turned the ball over 10 times and result in 30 or in 20 Pistons points. Second half, the Cavs turned the ball over 6 times and it only results in 7 Pistons points. The Pistons still won the turnover battle 17-15, and they did get 27 points off Cavs turnovers, where the Cavs only got 16 off of theirs. But the Cavs won critical battles. In the second half of the game, the Cavaliers, they got huge rebounds in the fourth quarter. They did. They did it. They got out-rebounded by the Pistons in the fourth quarter. But the Cavs got critical rebounds. But the Cavs did out-rebound the Pistons in the overtime. And that was, that was the difference. The Cavs managed to play a better game when it mattered at the end. And whether you like it or not, Cavs fans, who have been very critical of Kenny Atkinson and praising former coach JB Bickerstaff like he's the god he thinks he is, Kenny Atkinson Kenny Atkinson outcoached J.B. Bickerstaff tonight. I knew as soon as Bickerstaff called that timeout, and they were out of timeouts in regulation, I knew the Cavs had that game won. I knew they had it won. He was out coaching him. And that's what happens. J.B. Bickerstaff cannot coach big games. But let's get to, even though they won the game, I still have a problem with Donovan Mitchell. Turning the ball over like crazy. Thinking he's the only guy on the floor. Playing hero ball. And then not making the shots. In the fourth quarter, Mitchell was 0 for 2 from three-point range, 1 for 6 from the field, and a -2. How about Donovan Mitchell show up in the fourth quarter? Like every game, like he's a superstar. He wants to be a superstar. He wants to be called a superstar. Then show up in the fourth quarter like a superstar. A guy that people love to rip on, Evan Mobley, scored the most points for the Cavs in the fourth quarter. He did. Donovan Mitchell did score the most points in the overtime. He scored 7. But it might not have got to overtime if Donovan Mitchell didn't crap the bed in the fourth quarter. Did he take a nap at halftime? I've said it before, and I'll say it again, and I might end up eating my words at the end of the year if the Cavs get to the finals. But he's reminded me a lot of Francisco Lindor. That's why I've given him the nickname of Donovan Lindor. I'm so sick of at the end of quarters, third quarter, like acting like he's the only one that can take a shot. It's just disgusting. Well, how did he do in the third quarter? Let's look at old Don Mitchell's numbers in the third quarter. 0 for 3 from the field, 3 shots. 0 for 3 from three-point range. He had 2 points. He made 2 free throws. I just can't understand. I understand he's your superstar and you want him to shoot, but he's got to take care of the ball better too. Making some horrible passes. He would have had 5 turnovers tonight if Strus hadn't recovered one of them. So I just, he drives me nuts. Jared Allen, who people always like to rip on, he had a double-double tonight. He had 16 points, 10 rebounds, 2 block shots, a steal. Evan Mobley, another guy that people rip on constantly, he's so soft. That's what you get. He's so soft. I'm so sick of hearing that one. 19 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists for Evan Mobley. And 3 block shots and a steal. Come on, people. What more do you want? What more do you want? They played a great game tonight. And in the end, I kept texting with my son. He kept telling me, I just don't think they can win this game. I got to tell you, my feelings are usually pretty good. I never had a doubt today. When I woke up this morning, I just felt in my brain They're winning this game tonight. They are winning this game. Brandon Ott from Mentor says, how did we win the game with all the turnovers we had? Unbelievable. He's right. He's right. So, I don't know. I mean, Friday night, Rocket Arena. Cavs fans need to show up like they did in Detroit tonight. You know, do not, if you claim to be a Cleveland sports fan, if you claim you're a Cleveland sports fan, don't do what the idiot fans did in 2016 and sell your tickets to Cubs fans like they did. I'm still disgusted by that. Do not sell your tickets. Sell it. If you're going to sell them because you can't go, sell your tickets to a person you know is a Cavs fan and wants to go to the game. Do not sell your tickets to a Detroit basketball fan. Sell them to a Cavs fan. That place needs to be loud as it's ever been Friday night, and the Cavs need to finish this series off and squash JB Bickerstaff like a bug. Finish it off Friday night. Absolutely finish it off. And another thing, a lot of people whined about Max Strus. Oh, he missed so much of the season. Oh, do we even need him on this team? I mean, I even heard of some people that wanted him released during the season. Well, guess who's been showing up in the playoffs? It's a guy named Max Strus. Max Strus had 1 point less than Donovan Mitchell tonight. He had 20 points. He was a +9 tonight. Jared Allen was a +14. James Harden was a +11. Donovan Mitchell was a -4. Sam Merrill, you know, the guy who everyone thinks is the greatest three-point shooter of all time, he was a -7. But Max Strus, 20 points, 8 rebounds. He ended up with 6 defensive rebounds. Mobley led the team with 7. Allen had 4. Wade had 5. Oh, Wade, that's that guy. He didn't score tonight, but he played great defense. There's going to be somebody out there that posts on social media that they got to get rid of Dean Wade because he can't score. They don't care if he plays good defense. I'm just getting all these crappy things out of the way that idiots are going to say. They won the game. They won the game in overtime. They lead the series. They won 3 straight. They have a chance to finish them off. Finish them off on Friday night at Rocket Arena in front of the home crowd. 19,532. Finish them off. Right? Finish them off Friday night, Cavs. That's what you need to do. Send JB Bickerstaff packing for the summer. Show them Friday night who is the better coach. I already know it's JB. I already know that it's Kenny Atkinson. It's certainly not JB Bickerstaff. JB Bickerstaff, he's a bum. He's not good. He's not a good coach when it matters, when it's a big game. He cannot coach. He gets out-coached every time. He got out-coached basically every playoff game when he was with the Cavs, and now it's happening again. And I'm very disappointed that Orlando fired their coach because he out-coached JB Bickerstaff in that series. It just happened that Franz Wagner didn't play in that game 7. If they had had Franz Wagner, the Cavs would have been playing Orlando in this series. Absolutely, they would have. So, Game 4, Friday night, I believe 7 o'clock. It will be at Rocket Arena. We will join you with a post-game or pre-game show before, and then we will join you with a post-game show after. Hopefully, we're talking about a Game 6 win and a series win. But we will be talking to you from Rocket Arena on Friday nights. It's going to be a crazy night downtown Cleveland with the Cavs playing the Pistons and the Cincinnati Reds in town. I must have said something. I guess I shouldn't have. I guess I probably shouldn't have told, JoJo that he was a bully. I got restricted on TikTok. I think the restriction's almost over. But who cares? I feel like if you get restricted on TikTok, you must be doing something right, because you're not letting bullies bully. You go right back at them. And that's what I did to old JoJo. I think it's a great win tonight for the Cavs. It's a great win for the franchise. It's a win that makes it feel like they may have finally gotten over that hump and they can finish it off on Friday night. And if they can finish it off on Friday night, that's going to be amazing. I can't imagine what it'll be like if they win that game Friday night at Rocket Arena. I have never been the last time I covered a game that was a clinching game to win a series was when I used to cover the Lake County Captains, and they won the Midwest League Championship, and they clinched that at home at Classic Park in Eastlake. The atmosphere, I think, will be pretty crazy. I don't think it'll be Miracle of Richfield crazy, where they tore down the hoops, but I think it could be pretty crazy. And Cleveland fans, you got the Cavs, have a chance to close it out Friday night. You got the first place Cleveland Guardians. It's a great time to be a Cleveland sports fan right now. And I think Friday night in downtown is going to be electric. And that's real. That's real. Unless, in case you haven't ever been in an atmosphere of a playoff game of this magnitude, or a playoff game of this, like a playoff series like this, and you've heard the broadcasters say it's electric here tonight, it absolutely is a real thing. I remember back when the Indians made the playoffs for the first time in 95, and I went to the first playoff game in my life. I remember saying to my friend, the late Robert Greger, a great attorney, I went with him to the game, and I said to him, I really can feel it. They were telling the truth. There's electricity in the air tonight. And he's like, yeah, isn't it something? Thinking of Bob, he would love this tonight. He was a Cleveland sports fan. He loved every team. And so I just hope that they can close it out on Friday night. And one last thing I want to say is I was thinking of my friend Larry Durston yesterday. I met Larry when we covered the Cleveland Rockers back in the late 90s. And in 2014, Larry disappeared. He just disappeared from the face of the earth. And no one knows what happened to Larry. He left the Cavs game on Easter and was never heard from again. So his birthday was yesterday. Larry was a mentor of mine. And I'd like to think Larry would think I'm doing a good job with this. I don't know. But he would tell me if I wasn't. But I would like to think that I am. So this victory tonight, Larry, it's for you. Because I know you'd be ecstatic. You'd be frustrated with this team, but you'd be ecstatic, too, about this win tonight over Detroit. So, once again, final score tonight, 117-113, your Cavaliers, Cleveland basketball, and in overtime, and they take a 3-2 series lead, and Friday night, that's going to be the big deal. And let's see what the my co-host on Two Guys Talk Cleveland Sports, he says, "What a game! I'm physically exhausted." Well, I'm not. I'm like pumped up. Like I probably will need to go for a drive after this because the adrenaline is flowing. You know what I mean? And it's just a great win. You know, they stepped up. They promised us all year they'd step up when it matters. And tonight they did, taking game 3, winning that road game they needed to win. So now they got to go home and finish it Friday night. And I think I'm going to sign off. I could probably keep going. But I think I'm going to sign off now, and that's I think that's about it. So once again, the final score: Cavs 117, Detroit 113 in Detroit in overtime, and one last time tonight before we go. I'm Tim Shirer, and let's remember this. We got 2 words and a slogan. Cleveland basketball, and let them know.